Alright, Shalom, Wa Asha Shabbat, to the hopefully elected the nation of Israel. Nawathan, Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kodash. Double honors have been extended and successfully sent out to the venerable apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, alongside the elders and bishop who rule and teach our nation well through the Spirit, and are the true teachers for our nation on earth today. Enough respect, peace, blessings, and citations to the Akim pushing this 100% gospel, good news, the world over, risking their life for Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai's sake. Adawan Ratazar, which means Lord willing. So Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Alright, so, as you can see from the article on your screen, man, we're in those, dangerous times, okay? Inflationary times, alright? Times of famine, okay? That's being issued out by Yahweh Hashem Shai to the inhabitants of the earth, the wicked people that walk the earth today, okay? There's nothing new under the sun, okay? And this is punishment. So, I've got a couple of articles on this, alright? Exhibit A and Exhibit B, alright? So, this is from the Scotsman.com, alright? And the headline reads, Tesco and Aldi, which is supermarket grocery stores over in the UK over here, introduce limits on fruit and veg, okay? Mass death is coming, alright? And, whoever controls the food and controls the water controls the people, alright? And you're not the same, alright? When your necessities such as food and water, obviously you can't live without that, alright? When that's taken away from you, you ain't the same, okay? You resort to things that you never thought you'd resort to, alright? That's why it's important that our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, alongside these speckled birds, right, who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, according to archaeology, Bible prophecy, alright, you must repent. You're the children of Israel, alright, and seek Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, first and foremost, alright? Because when there's no or very little food, you know what's going to happen, man? Crime, alright, cannibalism is going to lead to that. So it reads, Tesco and Aldi have followed Asda and Morrison's, alright, so these are two other supermarkets in the UK, alright, by introducing limits on certain fruit and vegetables due to nationwide shortages. Alright, so more supermarkets are taking, are following what other supermarkets have done by limiting, alright, the food, the salads, the vegetables. Alright, now this was 22nd of February 2023. Hope for year that all prophecies come to pass. It says Tesco is, and this is the biggest supermarket in the UK, by the way. Alright, probably the most expensive as well, if I'm not mistaken. So it says Tesco is putting limits of 3 per customer on sales of tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. Aldi has done the same, as retailers warn the shortages, although expected to be temporary, were likely to last weeks. An Aldi spokeswoman said, "We are limiting purchases of peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes to 3 units per person to ensure that as many customers as possible can buy what they need." Okay, these are all your healthy foods, man. An initial shortage of tomatoes affecting UK supermarkets has since widened to other fruit and vegetables due to a combination of bad weather and transport problems in Africa and Europe. Right, and you just had that earthquake as well. I'm gonna get a precept. Okay. Right. Because when things get to people's door, that's when they start to do things about it and leaving it to the last minute. Not that you can help this, but instead of alright, taking on the worldly affair of this life, man, you want to turn back to your true and living power now, okay, and don't hold off. So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6. Now these are in red, so it's the words of Yahweh Shai, okay. And it reads, "And you shall hear of wars and of rumors of wars," and that's what's in the news constantly, alright. "See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." Okay, through wars. All right, that brings famines as well. Okay, just look at the damage done to the land and things like that. All right, due to military vehicles and things of that nature. So verse 7 reads, "The nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." That's what we have. Okay, famines, shortages, food shortages, rationings are coming back. All right, in the style of like World War II as well, very soon. Okay, and and it's coming to the point where when they make the digital all mandatory, they're gonna have preferential treatment to those who take the RFID micro C hip, which you must not take. Okay, the charagma, right? Because those people will be allowed to enter into stores and shop and buy food and what have you. Your necessities and other things. Okay, they will have taken the charagma and consented to this devil system, Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right. More specifically, Amalek, the chief head of Esau Edom, all right, the top elite banking families that run the world, all right. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows, okay, and we're in a very sorrowful time, okay. If we go back to that article, it says, I'm gonna get off to, there we are. Asda has introduced a customer limit of three on tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, lettuce, salad bags, broccoli, cauliflower, raspberries, and Morrison's has set a limit of 2 items per customer across tomatoes. Per customer across tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuce, and peppers. Other supermarkets are understood to be considering similar temporary measures. Right, so they'll be following the same suit. It says on Wednesday, UK Environment Secretary Therese Coffey told farmers, "We can't control the weather in Spain." Damn right, because it's Yahaba Shami doing this. Right. When confronted with the news that supermarkets were limiting sales of fruit and vegetables, in a speech to delegates at the National Farmers Union conference in Birmingham, Therese Coffey stressed the need for biosecurity but left the conference hall before discussing the supermarket shortages. And expect more crime now, because, if you've got families to feed, things like that, alright, that's going to be desperation at all time highest. Okay, and we're coming to the worst time in history, Jacob's Trouble. Okay, that's going to far supersede any other bad time in history combined together. Okay, right, so expect an increase in crime. Right. It is understood that retailers believe the problems stem from poor yields on the continent and North Africa, and that supplies will improve on the coming days or weeks. Okay. Andrew Opie, Director of Food and Sustainability at the British Retail Consortium, which represents UK supermarkets, said difficult weather conditions in the south of Europe and northern Africa have disrupted harvest for some fruit and vegetables, including tomatoes and peppers. Right, and since we're living in the cool climate, cold country, these type of certain fruits and vegetables and things like that don't grow here. They grow in hot, warm, tropical continents and countries and climates. Okay, all right. So and these are foods that, of course, very healthy. And even Esau Edom says, you get your daily intake of your fruits and veggies. I forget how much he says a day. Things like that. All right. You need these foods. All right. It's not like they're limiting chocolates and sweets. All right. Which that's just diabetes really. And you can do well without. All right. These are of course your healthy foods. All right. Keep your body in good state of health. All right. Especially for young children, they need this more so as well. And people who are ill. Right, so it says, while disruption is expected to last a few weeks, supermarkets are adept at managing supply chain issues and are working with farmers to ensure that customers are able to access a wide range of fresh produce. In the meantime, some stores are introducing temporary limits of the number of products customers can buy to ensure availability for everyone. Growers and suppliers in Morocco have had to contend with cold temperatures, heavy rain, flooding, and cancelled ferries over the past 3 to 4 weeks, all of which have affected the volume of fruit reaching Britain, and it would do. Okay, crops can't grow as efficiently as it should. All right, transportation is most certainly affected. You know, the negative impact on that has caused food to reach where it needs to reach. Supplies from Britain, other major winter source, Spain, have also been badly affected by weather. Production problems in Morocco began in January with unusually cold nighttime temperatures that affected tomato ripening. Okay. These were compounded by ferry cancellations due to bad weather hitting lorry drivers. Producers locally, sorry, Producers locally have also reported having to cut back on their use of greenhouses due to higher electricity prices. Okay, and if they are suffering to pay, you know, for their electricity and things like that, then how they, how they're gonna sustain? How they're gonna sustain themselves? Like, how's food's gonna be properly, cultivated? However, UK producers are beginning to move into their growing season, which is expected to ease a longer-term situation as retailers also look to alternatives to produce from Spain and Northern Africa. Okay, thing now. Here's another article on it. Yeah, Tesco and Aldi join Asda and Morrison's in rationing salad ingredients. So pretty much the same thing. Dated the same, 22nd of February, Wednesday, 2023. Okay. Sainsbury's, Lidl, and Waitrose said they still had no restrictions. Right. Industry insiders have said availability of produce is down by between 30% and 40% on some crops, with the pepper harvest down 70% in Spain, according to the catering supplier Reynolds. Unusually cold weather also affects crops in North Africa, right, which is often used as an alternative to Spain, while shipments by boat from Morocco have recently been affected by storms. Again, not getting where they need to be. Okay, let's pick out the key parts, because most of it is repetitive. Wholesale prices have shot up to 3 times normal levels in some cases, adding to inflation in stores and leading to empty shelves. Okay. Right, so your purchasing power is affected. Right. And you already have mass. This is all recipe for disaster, man. Alright. Jobs laying off individuals. Okay. Cutbacks, AI being introduced to replace people in jobs. Alright. And also with those lorry drivers, a lot of them didn't want to take the Maxine, so you already had a shortage with those as well. Okay, so there's many factors that all combine together to cause these famines, and with famine, and and with all these pestilences, okay, it means more death. All right, I can leave it on that article and get one more scripture and close out. All right. So this is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 16, verse 21. Behold, all right, which means look, all right, victuals or victuals, pronounced victuals, all right, which is your food, water, necessities, things like that, shall be so good cheap upon earth. Right now they're expensive. Okay. That they shall think themselves to be in good case. All right. People are still gonna just look at this and think, oh, things are gonna get better. Things will always improve and things like that. And you could just see, man. Even you got heathens that are waking up to how things are just, they're looking at Esau sideways and be like, this rulership ain't good, man. Things is getting just worse and worse. That's some people, but the majority are just carrying on with their, daily lives. All right. They think that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils, right, meaning bad times, grow upon the earth. And that's what's happening. Sword, famine, and great confusion. That's exactly what's taking place. Verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. And it's only a matter of time. Not that it's been happening, but more and more and more are going to be perishing. Okay, as price increase, alright, as foods shorten, alright, rationings and shortages take place. And a lot more people are going to perish. Alright, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So if they get away from, you know, not, if they manage to have certain things stored up and things like that, alright, hey, someone else might come in, break into their place, take the food, alright. That escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, right? Verse 23, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, right? So you're going to see many dead bodies cast out like feces, alright? And there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted and the cities shall be cast down, right? So get ready for an insurrection, man. An uprising against the government, okay? It's only a matter of time. So, Adam rattles out this lesson was edifying to the hopefully elect of the nation of Israel, alright? Double honor to the apostles of great millstone, who rule well and labour in his word and doctrine. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honour and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Ridash. And with that, Kwam Yasharala, Abba, we got next, Lord willing. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to the elect.